Hey everyone, I'm here with my November reading wrap up where I'll be discussing all of the books that I was able to finish in November. I just want to mention first, I kind of have recently rearranged the accessory sort of things on my bookshelf. So some new additions are my skull, if you can see up here. Now, I know a lot of people might think this is kind of creepy and not their thing, but I really just love the skull motif. And I found this one. I thought it was really cool. I've been wanting a skull for my bookshelf forever, so definitely love that new addition. And then I went to my friend, one of my friends had a birthday party recently, and she had party favors for us. And one of the things was this owl. I thought it was super cute. So that is also a new addition to my bookshelf. And I also added some of the Bath and Body Works Christmassy candles. So there's that one, and then this one if you can see it in the background. So I like switching up my bookshelf. I really like having other stuff besides just the books. I think it makes it look interesting. And I like to collect things from when I've traveled, having pictures. I have cards. So I just like having it as a collection of all the little things that I have collected over the years. So I just wanted to mention that first. So this month I have read 4 more books, and I have officially met my 2014 reading goal of reading 50 books. At this point, I have read 52 books total for the year. So I did have my goal to read 50 books. I made it kind of a bonus goal. If I were to read a book a week, that would be 52 books. So that was my little bonus goal, is to read the 2 extra books so that I would be reading a book a week. So at this point, I've read 52 books. And I also have a goal so I'm continuously reading and I'm not just reading a bunch in a short period of time. I also have a goal to be reading 4 books a month. So I have met the goals all of this year. So in December, even though I've already met my 50 and 52 book read goal, I will still be wanting to finish 4 books in December as well. So I just wanted to put that out there, kind of explain about my reading goals first. I'll now get into the books that I read this month. So the first book is one that I talked about in my November favorites. This is something that I read at the beginning of November. This is Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. So in September, and you can see my Anna book behind me, I had read Anna and the French Kiss. I had seen a lot of people on YouTube talking about these books. These are always recommended on Amazon. There's 3 books in the series. They're all kind of companion books. You don't need to read one to read the other, but characters from the different books show up in the other books. So the third one is Isla and the Happily Ever After. That is definitely on my Amazon wish list, and I do want to be making an Amazon purchase sometime soon. But this is the second book in the series. The main character, of course, is Lola. As you can tell from the cover, the book takes place in San Francisco. As I've said before, I do live in the San Francisco Bay Area, so it was really interesting to read a book that was set in a local place. And basically, it's about Lola. She's kind of this alternative sort of person. She dresses very costume-like, and she wears a lot of wigs and puts a lot of thought into her outfits. She's kind of out there, very interesting character, and she has 2 dads, and her fathers really don't like her boyfriend. She has this older boyfriend. He's in a band. They just don't think he's a good influence on her, but she's like, it's my life. Why do you guys have to control my life so much? And she's in high school. But then these 2 twins move back, and they're her neighbors, and the girl twin is this Olympic level or US national level ice skater, and then there's her twin brother Cricket. And Lola has always had a crush on Cricket, but she felt kind of rejected by him. So it's kind of about their relationship and their kind of misunderstandings with each other. And Anna from the first book and her boyfriend, Lola works with Anna. Anna's like her supervisor at a movie theater, so definitely you do get characters from the first book in this book, which is really nice, especially if you liked Anna and the French Kiss. But I definitely really enjoyed this book. It's just an easy read. It is young adult, but I don't feel like it was a too young of book. I feel like people that just like kind of romance novels would like this. But yes, I definitely love this one. The next book I read was The Next Best Thing by Jennifer Weiner, not sure. So I have read all of Jennifer's other books. Always really enjoy them. This one is no exception. This one was about Ruth Sanders and her grandmother. So when Ruth was young, she was with her parents, and they got in a car accident, and her parents actually died from the car accident, and Ruth was left very disfigured, and she had to go through lots of different plastic surgeries, and her grandmother, since her parents had died, had to actually raise her. So this takes place when Ruth is in her, I think, 28 in this book. So her grandma and her have moved out to LA. Ruth has a dream of being like a Hollywood, like a screenwriter, and she gets a deal to, be the showrunner for her own television show, which is called The Next Best Thing. So it's kind of talking about her kind of struggle in Los Angeles, her struggle with making a television show, and, her relationship with her grandmother. Her grandmother actually meets someone and is going to get married, so she's going to be living on her own for the first time, and her self-image, because she did have this disfiguring accident. It's really interesting. If you like books about LA and television shows and behind the scenes sort of books, I think this would be interesting. But I definitely did enjoy this. The third book that I read was the 15th book in the Pretty Little Liars series. This one is Toxic. As I said before, I'm just trying to read through the series. The 16th book actually comes out in December, so that's when I'm making my Amazon order. I do want to get the third book in this series, and then the 16th book, the final book in this series. But, trying to read through the series, trying to finish it out. I won't give too much away just because it is the 15th book in the series, and I don't want to give any spoilers in case you do want to read the series. But I finished that. And then the last book that I read, and this was something I recently did an unread books video where I showed all the books that I had still unread on my shelf. And this is one of them that I talked about. This is by LaZebnik, and it's called If You Lived Here, You'd Be Home by Now. Or, If You Lived Here, You'd Be Home Now. Not by now. Anyway. So this one is about Ricky, and she's a 25-year-old, and she lives with her parents, and she has a 6-year-old son named Noah. And Noah is very challenging child. He's a very sensitive child. He has to have a gluten-free diet. He's very small for his age. He's kind of picked on in school and kind of an outcast and doesn't really fit in. So it's her kind of struggles with her son and knowing how to best be a parent for her son. And she lives with her parents, so it's kind of about her relationship with her parents and her kind of struggles with herself. And her older stepsister is going through a divorce, so she's living at home as well. So it definitely tackles a lot of family dynamics, which I really like in books. I had previously read, I think in September as well, I read The Weird Sisters, which was about 3 grown-up sisters that had all moved back home for various reasons. So this was sort of similar to that. It's also kind of similar. I'm currently listening to an audiobook. It's called Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. That one also has multiple characters. This one only has Ricky, but it has a mom who's 20 let's say 24 or 25, like a young mom with a son in kindergarten, and it kind of talks about, her struggles fitting in with the other parents, especially since she's so young. So this one I really enjoyed and definitely would recommend if you like books about kind of family dynamics. So those are the 4 books that I read in November. I would love to know if you have read any of these books or what books you've been reading and loving recently. You can let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Bye.